welcome back to my channel. My name's Erica and today we're gonna do a tag video. I was searching YouTube because I wanted to do a tag video, and I feel like I've done like most of the tags that I see around the romance community. I searched for booktube tag video and I found one that seemed interesting. I got this off of Reading This Life's channel, and I will put her channel down below. And then it was originally from a channel called Charlie Ray. So it's the currently reading tag. There is 10 questions. I think tag videos are fun and it's a good way for you to get to know me. The first question is, how many books do you read at one time? And I typically read 2 or 3 books at one time. More commonly now 3. But yeah, I'd like to do one on each format. So I like to have one audiobook, then I have usually an ebook going and a physical book going. Sometimes I just do an ebook and a audiobook because a lot of times I'll have the ebook and the physical book, so I can just like switch back and forth between the two. But yes, so 3. 2, if you're reading more than one book at a time, how do you decide when to switch to reading the other book? And you read a certain amount of pages. So, like I said, I do different formats. So if I'm like driving, cooking, cleaning, then I'm listening to an audiobook typically. And then for an ebook or my earbook, I usually am reading that like in bed, or my physical book I'll read in bed sometimes too. But yeah, there's really no way that I do it for my ebook and my physical book. It's kind of just like what I'm feeling at the time, because I usually will have them be different genres, so whichever one. Sometimes I'll just like read a couple of chapters of my physical book, then switch to my ebook, whatever. But there are some times where I'm like really close to the end of an audiobook and I just want to finish it, that I'll just listen to it, like lay down and listen to it and play Candy Crush on my phone while I listen to it. But most of the time, audiobooks are for when I'm like doing things. Do you switch out bookmarks part way through reading the book, or do you keep the same bookmarks the whole time? So I actually don't even use bookmarks. I have bookmarks and I have used them in the past, but because when I'm reading a physical book, I typically am annotating it. I just use like my sticky tabs as my bookmark. So I have like a plastic sheet with all the sticky tabs in it, and I just use that. Or I always have a booklight on my book too, and I can use that as my bookmark too. So I don't even use a bookmark. The next question is, where do you keep the book you're currently reading? So my Kindle is pretty much always next to my bed, or I have the Kindle app on my phone, so on my phone. But my physical book usually is next to my bed too. Sometimes I bring it around the house with me and I'll leave it like in the living room on the end table or something, but typically it's next to my bed. What time of day do you spend the most time reading? For me, it's 100% nighttime. At nighttime, I usually get to read for like 2.5 hours before bed. During the weekend though, if I'm like doing stuff around the house or whatever, I can get a big chunk of an audiobook listened to, but mostly at night before bed. So the next question I kind of just answered, how long do you typically read in one go? Usually around 2 hours before bed. That's pretty much where I do the biggest chunk of reading, so I like to spend a good amount of time actually reading. I'm also someone who doesn't really ever watch TV, so you know, a lot of people are like, how do you have time to read? You have so many kids, you work. But it's because I don't really watch TV. So typically people like relax at night and they put on a show or whatever. I just read. Okay, so do you read with the dust jacket on your book or off of your book? I take mine off just because I feel like it gets annoying and it gets in the way. So I think it's just easier to take it off and put it aside until I'm done with the book. Which position do you mainly read in? And this question's kind of weird, but laying down in bed, sometimes walking around if I'm listening to an audiobook, or sitting driving, but most of the time laying down in bed. Do you take the book you read everywhere you go? And physical books, no, I don't. But my ebook, like I said, I have the Kindle app, so I always have my ebook on my phone. So yes, I take my phone everywhere. And a lot of times, like if I'm waiting at a doctor's appointment or whatever, I will go on my Kindle app and I'll read my ebook. So yes. The last question is, how often do you update your progress on Goodreads? And I used to update my progress on Goodreads like every single time I read. I would go on, and even if it was like 10 pages, I would update it. Now I really only update it like maybe once while I'm reading, or not even at all. I'll like finish a book and I never added it is currently reading. So then I have to go on, find the book, say that I read it, and add the start reading. I don't know. For years, I've used Goodreads for years, and I've always been someone that would update like as soon as I was done reading for that section of time. But lately I don't know. I can't be bothered, but I do always put it in when I finish a book. That's it for this tag. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. That's all from me today. I hope you like this quick little tag video. I think tags are so fun. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.